Hey guys, welcome back to another video of HA World, and today on the arty side of my YouTube channel, I decided I would do a budget spread, and since September's starting up, I decided to do a September bullet journal spread. And last time when I unboxed this stuff, I put a poll up on my Instagram if I should do bullet journal spreads for months, and 98% or 95% I got yes. So I decided to do this. So since September is a month of school, I decided to school themed. So I decided to start by drawing it all out. I drew different stationaries like pencils, paper clips, rulers, you name it. I put it on thumbtacks, and I decided to put the word September in I put it in a really bubblish kind of writing. So after I drew all the supplies out, I then went over with the, I think it was a 04 liner tip pen, and I went over the word September, and then I just went over and just went over all the supplies. Like the pencils, the pens I drew, paper clips, and I just went over and outlined them all. For the colors, to be honest, I didn't really have any choice or opinion. I just wanted a simple color effect. So I went with this bluey kind of gray color theme. So I had like different shades of blue, like light and like simple blue, and then I had gray. So I went ahead and like with the light blue kind of color, it was like a blue gray kind of color, and I went ahead and did September, and then I just colored with a dark navy blue and just the four different colors I had. Also, these are the Tombow dual tip pens I used. One side is brush tips, and the second side were fine liners. Then, for a different effect, I used Corolla super tips, and I used the gray color in it just to add a more variety in colors I use. This is what the spread looks like. So now we are moving to, I decided on the opposite page of my spread I would do a quote kind of page, and I made a little sticky note and I drew in thumbtacks. Is that the way they're called? Thumbtacks, that's what I call them. So I made a thumbtack, and the quote I used was "Dream big, work hard, make it happen." And I just felt like during the school year you need to really work hard, and when we're working hard our dream is to achieve it. So that's the theme. And then I went ahead and outlined everything, and then using the dark navy blue color I colored in the thumbtack, and using the Corolla super tip I outlined the side just to give it a shadow effect. And then I used the same fine liner I used to outline on the previous page. I used capital fonts to write "Dream big, work hard," and then a more, not calligraphy, but just a more fancier font to write "Make it happen," just to give it a nicer look to it. And then that's what my first two pages look like. So moving on, now we're gonna do our second pages. So what I'm gonna do my second pages was I'm gonna draw a calendar, and I find these calendars really useful because if I have an important day I could just write in the box, like, I don't know, like an assignment due or a test that's coming up. So I find that's really useful. And then I just counted the weeks and drew in the boxes. I went with the ruler and a pencil first because I don't have dots on this bullet journal of mine, so it's really hard. And I measured out the columns going across and down. And then I used a ruler because I was not sure I was going to make a perfectly straight line, which was true. I couldn't do a perfectly straight line. So since I wanted the calendar pretty simple, I didn't make it too fancy. I just made a rectangle shaped, and yeah, and then I went over it in fine liner. As you can see here, I was trying to hand draw it like without using a ruler, which some of the lines turned out really nice, but some of them were really not straight. That's what I'm gonna use. It was really not straight. Like I kind of messed up on the lines going downwards. Some of them turned out really nice, so it was pretty frustrating. So I decided that after my columns looked like a terrible mess, I would continue making it look like a mess. And then I went ahead and used a ruler because it didn't look nice enough, so I went with a ruler for the rest of the columns I was making. Then I used a light grayish color and I wrote in my days. I used the curler super tip to make dots, and then I used the same fine liner to fill in the dates. And then in the same bubble font writing, I wrote at the front thread, I wrote September again in bubble capital writing, and then I go over it with a black tab marker, a black fine liner, the same one. I use the same one for the whole spread, if you're ever wondering. And then I went ahead and colored it in the navy blue that I used in my previous page as well. I was thinking of adding a drop shadow, but since I wanted a really simple look for the month, I decided just to go with the capital letters and just coloring them in. And then on the side that I had the space I had left over, I decided to draw 2 mini sticky notes, which with thumbnails, just like I did for my quote page. And for that one, the first poster I made was for the to-do list. So any to-do I have to do for the month, like I don't know, handing up an assignment or just an appointment or anything. And then the second sticky note I made were like for notes. I use my notes differently. I don't know about everyone else, but I would use my notes to write in passwords or just information I don't know where to put anywhere else. They genuinely go inside the notes section. So I first of all went with my brush tip pen and I wrote to do, and I went over with the pen. I did the same for notes. And then I used the curler super tip marker and I just added I used the Tombow marker to add the same shadow I did for the sticky note kind of effect. And then that was my calendar spread. The next I was going to do is the mood tracker, and I decided I made little sticky notes. Some of them are all rectangular, and I added I gave an effect that the page is bent on some of them, just to just to make them look a bit different to each other. And I made 5 across and 6 downwards to make 30 days for the 30 days in September. I had to keep counting to make sure I had enough. I had to keep counting just to make sure I had enough sticky notes. And then at the end, I just added my little chart. I added 4, and then it went from different shades of gray to dark blue, and then like, the lightest gray meant happiest, and the navy blue meant bad or sad kind of way. So then I colored the color scheme in. Then I went ahead and outlined my sticky notes. After outlining all my sticky notes, I decided to write the word mood tracker. I didn't want to go in pencil since it was taking too long now, and I kind of went freehanded and wrote mood tracker in the same bubble writing I wrote September in. And I drew a thumbtack that I used as a school supply just to give it a little extra look. And then I used the navy blue color to color in the thumbtack, and then I used a grayish kind of color just to color in the title mood tracker. And then after coloring it, I decided to number all the sticky notes from 1 to 30 for the month. And then I had my mood tracker all ready to go. I really like this one. Then on this right hand side, I didn't really know what to do, so I saw some Pinterest ideas and I decided to go for a playlist spread. I normally don't feel that I need a playlist spread in my bullet journal for the month, but if you guys think I should add them in my future ones, just comment below. But I might add them in some months I might not, and just add something else. So for the playlist, I just drew 4 simple boxes, or you guys can draw how many you like want to add in your playlist. I just made 4 rectangular square boxes, and just beside them I just drew a little play bar, and then I just drew the play button and the forward and back, and then I went over and outlined them all. While I was outlining the buttons and the forward buttons, I made a mistake on one of them. I made the thing underneath, and I only realized it after I looked at the top one. So I will cover that up. And then I used the navy blue color that I used for the title for the playlist and the thumbtack, and I colored 2 of the boxes blue. I just wanted a really simple look, so I went for just pure blue, and then I did a grayish kind of light blue color for the other 2, and then I used navy blue for 2 of them just to give them a really simple look, just like the most ordinary look you can get, but it looked nice at the end. And then since I wanted to cover up the mistake I made, I went ahead and I got the it wasn't the same. It was like a light grayish blue colored washi tape again, and I covered it. It wasn't the best coverage, but I feel like it will have to do. Like in person, you can't really tell, but I feel on camera you could tell a bit more. And then I couldn't think of any songs, to be honest, or anything, so I just wrote random. But if you guys have any ideas, definitely do pop them in the comments below, and you guys could also do it for yours. So here's just a flip through of the bullet journal. I hope you liked my video. Make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell, and I'll see you all next time. Goodbye!